Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner to Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kiper, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Daron Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime.
From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat. High school pride, we're repping every street. Sean, Wes, Adam, Daron on the beat. Downtown Mount Sterling, where the fans all meet. From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat.
All right, everybody, welcome into another episode of From Corner to Corner podcast presented by Community Trust Bank. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Episode 361. This Rumpke week that was,
yes,
will be September 7th through the 13th.
Yes.
I can't believe we're already into September. This year's going to be over with.
We're almost halfway.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, today we are halfway through
now
September.
that we're in,
I mean, Halloween will be here in 2 weeks.
now that we're doing this, it doesn't seem like it takes very long.
I know, right? I mean, we're already week 5 of soccer.
Right.
So that's crazy. Crazy. So let's kick it off. I mean, we got a lot to talk about. Bath County, the girls and boys still both struggling, winless weeks. It's rough. They graduated a lot of kids, and they're doing all they can do to compete.
You're right.
Both new coaches this year.
Yep.
Going to take some time to get that stuff going. GRC girls had a rough week. They were in a tournament and they went 0-3. GRC boys 1-1 on the week. That one loss was to Montgomery County here. You guys were on the call. And it was the only GRC loss this week to Montgomery County. It was rivalry week between the two.
Yeah.
They played in almost every sport. They got us in the football field. They got us on the volleyball court. We got them on the boys soccer side, though.
That's right.
So
Good games all the way around.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is
tight match.
I was watching that. It was 1-1. It was about 12 minutes to go. Chase was ready to go to bed. So I put the phone down to take care of Chase, and then I get a text message going, "What a goal!" And I was like,
literally 30 seconds after Sean.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" So I'm like, "What? Who? Where? What happened?" So
We took it as the curse of Kiper.
Yeah.
Sean quit watching, and they started playing.
yeah, well, that's typically what happens. GRC, we did that. Moco girls 1-1-1 on the week. Moving to 6-4-2 on the season. Moco boys were 2-0. Menifee girls 1-2. They had that's a tough competition this week.
They did. They played Montgomery County girls.
Yeah.
But they beat Fleming, I think, this
Yep,
week.
they did.
That was a doubleheader.
Yeah.
And as we go into the Menifee boys, they both won, so
Yep.
it was a big district win for both of them.
Yep.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Menifee girls has played, well, maybe both of them, but Menifee girls has played all their district games, and they've won all their district games. So this should be the number 1 seed, the girls at least, going into that tournament.
Yeah. I don't know about the boys I think they did play around, but I don't remember if they won or not. They're the girls are 8-4 and the boys are 7-3 on the season. So both playing well. It helps when you get to play at home on your brand new field.
Yeah, no kidding.
Majority of the season.
I would think if they've played Round County, Menifee boys, they're either the top seed or the second seed. Yeah. I know Round County, and as we'll just mention it in here because we're talking about soccer. I know the Round County boys actually got to the state finals in the 2A championship versus Murray. They unfortunately lost that game, but I mean the game they had against not Barge Town. Oh yeah, there it is. There they are after the state championship game.
And that was 2A.
That was the 2A championship game.
Yeah.
All A.
Yeah.
2A. They're 2A.
Yeah.
No, but that was a 2A All A champion.
Yeah.
I don't think
all
it's
2A.
Yeah.
all 2A. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, not the state tournament.
Yeah,
No,
all these
it's-
small
it's-
schools
it's
get
the
all
all-
these.
It's like the
2A.
All A, but now the 2A's got their own
Yes.
All 2A.
Yeah.
All 2A.
That's why I was making sure it's the
We
all.
need to find a good name
2A.
for that.
Yeah.
We need to come up with that. The All 2A.
Yeah. It needs to
2
be-
All A.
It needs to be something other than that. So, that's for sure. All right, moving on to football. Week 4, Bath County fell to Estill County, moving to 0-4. They're still looking for that first win on the season. They're going to be on bye this week and then come back next week, hoping to find that win against Lewis County.
Yep.
Montgomery County lost a heartbreaker to Bourbon at Bourbon. It was a back and forth game, and Bourbon wound up scoring a late touchdown to take the lead with like 3 minutes to go, and Moco wasn't able to answer on that. So Moco falls to 1-3, and then GRC beat Henry Clay 42-7, and now moving 3-1 on the season.
They are rolling.
They are rolling, and Trey Davis is back.
Yeah.
He had 3 or 4 touchdowns this past week.
Yeah,
So,
it'll be
It took him a
interesting.
couple games to
yeah.
get the rust knocked off, but he's
And the
he's
crazy part about
rolling.
it is they played the first 3 games with Braylon Nestor running the ball as the primary quarterback. Trey Davis comes right back in, mixes some plays in against Montgomery County, and then goes out against Henry Clay and just plays quarterback like he's always played quarterback.
It was a perfect game for him to get his feet solidified on the field because they got up big. They were able to take Braylon out, put Trey in, and let him play the remainder of the game and really get his feet up underneath of him and go from there. I mean, it's going to be tough. You're going to have a team that's going to have 2 dual threat quarterbacks, and you don't know who's going to be in the game at the time or not, and who's going to run.
Are you
and
counting
so
for music as well? 'Cause
That's
he
really it's
technically-
3.
there really is 3.
Yeah, because Carter can sling the ball too.
Yeah. So
Well, and looking at the stat sheet, Trey Davis was 5 for 6 for 126 yards in the air.
I knew he didn't throw a whole lot, but he had a couple of touchdowns, and then he ran for 30 or 40 yards in
there
a
was
touchdown as well.
there was only 158 passing yards in the game, and 126 were his.
yeah, so they'll be able to keep their opponents,
They don't- they
on
haven't
their
had-
heels.
Why do you throw the ball? You don't have to throw the ball when you run the ball. They've been averaging 300 yards a game.
Well, and that's the thing. Braylon Nestor only had 95 yards.
In high school
Slacker?
ball,
What's wrong with him this week?
Well, I mean, that's
No,
a lot of
that's why,
yards,
though.
but
he didn't play a lot because they got up
Yeah.
big and
yeah.
he didn't
I
play.
mean, why
that's
get-
a lot of yards. But
Shout out
it's
to
for him. It's not.
Skylar Payne too. Got his first catch of the
For
season
14 yards,
Yeah.
catch and more.
Yeah. So his first catch was a first down. So shout out to
Nice.
Skylar. So didn't have anything on the golf front this week, but we do have something on the golf front. We got the golf team here with us tonight. Volleyball, Bath 0-3 on the week. GRC was 2-0, moved to 11-2. We got to watch them play against Montgomery County, but both their wins were district wins. Menifee had a rough week. They were 0-3, and then Moco only game they played was the GRC. They're now 7-7 on the season.
and they're not playing
What a-
tonight. Their game got canceled tonight.
Oh, it did? Oh, I did not know that.
They're supposed to play Campbell County tonight. It got canceled. So
Oh, that's weird.
We will be on the call Thursday night.
Thursday night,
Yeah, Thursday we got Paris coming to town. We'll be on the call for that.
Paris County.
Yep,
Paris County.
Man, that GRC Moco game though, you talk about emotion.
Oh yeah,
It was so loud in there. GRC travels.
Yeah.
Their side was full. I mean, they travel for all their sports. It was really loud. It was a great game. For Montgomery County, unfortunately, T. Yeast didn't stay on the back all the time because every time she was on the back, Montgomery County would make a run.
They did make a
when
run.
she
You're
get
right
to
about
the
that.
front on the net, GRC would take it right back because T hits with power. I mean, it would echo in there.
and congratulations to T East as on committing to Robert Morris this beginning of
nice.
this week.
Yeah.
To
In
play
basketball?
basketball.
All right. Awesome. Well,
Bobby
congratulations.
Moe getting them a good one.
Yeah,
If
congratulations.
Wes, if I told you that Moco outscored GRC by 9 points in a volleyball match, would you think Moco lost 3-1?
No, I would not have. I was watching it though. It was
That's what it was. It was just back and forth the whole night.
25-23, 25-23, 26-24, and a 25-15.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, all right, well, that's it for the Rumpke week that was. Coming up after the commercial, we got Montgomery County boys golf coach Michael McCormick, along with golfers Cooper Campbell and Owen Letcher. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled, his part of the big lunch meeting, and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
At Rumpke Waste and Recycling, family is at the heart of all we do. Our name is on every truck, every container, every facility. And we take pride in what our family name represents. Friendly, reliable service. Families trust us. Businesses trust us. Communities trust us. And you can too. Learn more about our family business and the important work we do at Rumpke.com. Rumpke, waste and recycling done right.
a lot of people don't get to go as much. They might play that tournament, and then that's it. So you all are potentially playing it 5-6 times then during the year, so get really familiar with it.
Well, and that's intentional. I think the biggest thing is trying to teach guys, you want them feeling as comfortable as possible with their sight lines, with their numbers. I think the less that they can think on the day of the tournament, you know, the more comfortable they can be, and they can walk up and hit shots without thinking about it, the more certainty they have. It just helps them out. It kind of sets them up for success.
You don't want them, like, man, what's this hole do on the other side of that blind? So.
Well, in Laurel Oaks, it can be tricky. It's not exactly straightforward. In the conditions, it's pretty dry and fast. So getting a feel for how you best play that course on that day, because it's different for all 5 guys. So kind of getting them there, getting them some reps. I think it sets up well for us. We usually play it well, but over the course of the summer, the course changes. It dries up. It gets quicker. So trying to get them on, the weekend before we play.
And it certainly hasn't rained any. So
Those good. You said dried up. I mean, this summer
the grass
especially,
will be crunchy.
My goodness.
With all the rain we got this spring, somebody turned the faucet off pretty early.
So how many teams will actually be represented in the region?
I believe this year there's a few teams in our region that do not participate in golf. We typically have between 14 and 15 teams that'll play in our golf region. And then
will all 5 starters play, or how does that work?
It'll be the same as in years past. You take 5, you count 4.
Gotcha.
So this season, in no particular order, we'll take Owen Letcher, Cooper Campbell, Brooks Bonfield, Chase Curtis, and Connor Cooper will represent us on Tuesday.
So when you say take 5, count 4, is it like low score is thrown out?
Your high score.
High score.
Right. High score is thrown out, low 4 scores count.
Yeah. Golf, you go by the lowest score.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you all have had a incredible season so far. I mean, go out and win your own tournament, and came in, with second place hardware in at least 2 different tournaments. Is there another tournament there?
3. So
3 different tournaments, right? Okay.
Kind of to touch on that, coming into the season, I think there's some uncertainty, especially when you come into the season, you're trying to replace Brett Markham, who was kind of our team captain and go-to for the last 2 seasons.
Right.
By far the lowest scoring average. So there's always some uncertainty when you got to replace a kid like that. But, we dropped our team scoring average by 7 strokes from last season. We finished the regular season 23rd in the state. We finally got over the hump and got a win. And we had 3 second places, 2 other top 5s. So what I've told people is this by far is the best 5-man team that I've had since I've been here.
Right.
And it's a different environment. Like as a coach, it's been so much more fun because when we show up to tournaments, we're showing up competing and trying to win as a team. Whereas in years past, I kind of felt it was kind of more we were a little top heavy. We had some good weeks in the years past. I know last year we came in third once, but this year, people kind of recognize us more as a team, and I think that for me, it's been very rewarding.
Well, and it seems like just looking at scores in those tournaments, especially the MCIT, balanced all, from top to bottom. I mean, you'll have your Cooper's shot quite a few really low 70s, but it's not just been Cooper throughout any of these tournaments, and you all have been really low 80, maybe one score, but you all have been shooting in the 70s as a full team, each person.
Right. I think 75% of we had 16 players on our varsity. I think 75% of our players improved their scoring average year over year from last year.
Yeah.
We take 2 teams, I believe, to 8 tournaments this season. Our B team scoring average is equivalent or close to where kind of our A team was 2 years ago. Our B team even beat our A team in one tournament, which I know the A team isn't going to like me bringing that up. It's kind of a sore subject. But we had a lot of depth this year. I was very blessed to have 8 seniors and I believe 6 juniors on this. So that, to me, I've trusted this team a lot more to let the reins go and kind of let them do their thing than I have in years past. And that's been nice.
And don't you have a freshman that played well this year too?
Well, we have two freshmen that will play top 5 for our region.
Right. And Brooks is one of them.
And Connor Kiper. And
Okay.
both of those
Brooks
players
made
are
it
coming
too.
off trips to the state tournament
Right.
last season.
Right.
So,
That's what I thought. I was thinking it was Brooks, but I didn't want to misspeak. But I mean, to have, you've got the senior and Cooper over here, and then you've got a couple of freshmen. I mean, it's just rotating that talent in, and then like you said, your B team is not far behind. So
that's right. And you add, I mean, like I know Owen is here. Since I've started, Owen has always kind of been that rock that's played in that number 2, and this year he's kind of played 2 and 1. So to have that kind of consistency and that kind of talent, top to bottom, 1 through 5, and for us even like 1 through 10, it really helps because I think it creates a competitive environment in practice and everywhere we go. They're always competing against each other, and I think they kind of push each other to get better.
Yeah.
So what's been the difference between last year and this year? What has the improvement in scores? And believe me, I understand that you'll have to. It's repetition and being out there at every day and, keep working. But is there anything, what for you all has it been to really get that score down, each time you go out?
I think it's honestly, most of it's Cooper. I mean, he grinded his butt off all season. It's like something I've never seen. Last year, what were you?
80 to 84.
80 to 84, and this year he's anywhere from 69 to 75. I mean, it's just,
right.
I think it's just been a difference maker, and it's been so consistent. I mean, one of our higher school, 82, that's like a bad round for us, and last year it would have been like, we played all right, and this year it's like a pretty bad round. I think we've just been so consistent compared to last year where we had some guys that go out there and shoot 85, but sometimes they shoot 75, and we all wouldn't play together well on the same day. So I think this year we put it together most of the time.
So if you see an 82 this year, like, that was a bad day.
Yeah, it was a bad round.
So, I mean, is it something that where Cooper has really come on this year, really lowered her score, and everyone has seen it, especially your top 5, that's been like, guys, we've got to pick our game up so we can, because we've got a chance here because he's working so hard. We've got a chance here to really make something of it.
Yeah, I think we're all just trying to match everybody, just put it together at once.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to do it at Regions, to be completely honest with you. I think we're going to put it all together at one time.
Cooper has a pretty interesting story, right? We was talking about it a little bit before the show. Never even swung a golf club prior to COVID, right?
Yeah.
Played a baseball all of his life. They canceled baseball in the spring because of COVID, and
right.
He picks up mom and dad's old clubs out of the garage and starts hitting golf balls. And here he is 5 years later as a senior.
You got the itch, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Was it that first golf ball you caught Holt and saw it go into the cornfield? Like, okay, wait a minute, I might like this.
I think it was more like of course, growing up, I had like Owen, like I've known Owen forever, and then Bryce and Beasley, like they were like playing golf, and I was like, well, I'm missing out on something. So like the first time I went out and played, it was like this is fun.
Yeah.
So
what have you done to make are you just out on the course all the time, working on technique? I mean, just constantly on the range.
Every day. I mean, I'm blessed enough to have a simulator to go to that he's put together, and going to there. I mean, it definitely helped, but I think the on-course practice really helps, like knowing how to work your way around the golf course and the mindset going into it, and then going to the range and then working on your short game around the course. It all kind of, once it all comes together, you'll finally start to understand, like, oh, this is how you need to play golf.
What was the hardest thing for you to learn?
There's a couple. Mindset was definitely one of them. Going into it being a baseball player, like obviously I wanted to swing it as hard as I can to hit it for it. And I mean, I still do sometimes. And definitely the short game. Short game is probably the hardest part of the game to kind of rein in and figure everything out.
Yeah, the mental aspect of it is something that we've talked about with all of our teams that we've had on, golf teams we've had on. I mean, mental mindset is something that these kids really have to take on at their age and really understand it.
Well, I think, I think every person I talk to is probably one of the main points of the conversation is that's what we spend most of our time with. It's, you're working with players anywhere from 12 to 18 years old. They're in a stage of life, they're going through transitions. There's hormones. They're starting to drive. They're starting to date. Stuff changes every day.
Right. And
then you're trying to teach them how to control emotions that they're starting to feel for the first time on the golf course. So it's a process. We've probably had some of the same conversations, this year that we had in year one. But I feel like a lot of guys are starting to buy in more, and they're starting to believe in themselves more. But the mental aspect of golf, to me, it's a little bit different. And I know my viewpoint's a little bit biased because, when you're on a golf course, I can't sub you out
right
in the middle of a round. Like, you're stuck. Regardless if you bring your A game, your B game, or if you're having the worst day of your life, I can be there for you, but you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
You can't pass the ball to somebody. I can't put you on the bench.
You
And
can't
that
swing
can
the
be
club
tough,
for
no.
them, right?
And it's hard because my son's starting to play golf, and it's a different when you're watching the players from a coach's perspective as opposed to a parent. Like, I have empathy for the parents because when you see your son struggling, like you just want to help him. You just want to help him make that putt because it can just turn it around. But it's not that way. And I think if you want to play competitive golf, at some point you're going to face adversity and just some dark times. So you're going to lose all your confidence, and you're going to think that at some point you're never going to play well again. But I think if you can just kind of keep kids plugging along and keep them moving, eventually they come out of it, and they're stronger golfers and they're stronger people, on the other side of it.
And it's hard for you, like when you're in a tournament aspect. I mean, you might start following, you go first 2-3 holes with Cooper or with Owen, but you've got 3-4 other more that's on a different hole, and you're having to, they might hit a bad shot or something like that, and you can't. You have to come back to them. So you've had to teach them in the off season a lot of these things. Like, look, you hit a bad shot, you're gonna have to just forget about it.
At this point, the guys know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I think some of the parents get more nervous wanting me to come check on them than the players do. The players know. They know. I trust this group to know what to do if they get in a jammed up spot. And I've been very blessed this season with assistant coach Campbell and Letcher. I think a lot of our success is he's had a very calming influence out on the course. He's helped me a lot with tournaments because instead of me trying to cover 5 guys, we have a strategy for where we're moving around the course so we can kind of be in spots to best help our guys. I think that's made a big difference as well. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, golf's hard. Competitive golf, it's different than people are used to playing just recreational. It's not for everybody, but it's.
And you're right. I mean, it's just them and only them for the most part.
Yeah.
You can talk to them for a little bit. Really, from my understanding, no one else is allowed to talk to them, supposedly. It's
Other
just-
than positive, other than encourage them, I try to tell my parents, just give them space, let them be. If they fall down, I promise they'll be okay. They'll figure it out and they'll get back up. And
Did we hear it last week that there's a time limit on the shot, like 45 seconds or something like that? Is that right?
I don't know that
it
it's
typically doesn't come into play
Yeah.
in high school. Our rounds, the way we play, are typically kind of so long that usually it doesn't break down into the way it would on a professional tour.
So, Coop, if you have a bad shot, do you just kind of step back and go, what would Coach McCormick tell me what to do right here? And then, like,
He's getting
focus
there.
up and
He's
then
getting
step
there.
back in to do that?
I'd say I'm getting there, but there's definitely sometimes, like, especially when there's been like 1, 2, 3 in a row, it's just like, man.
His face gets red. You can see steam starting to come out.
Like, you can definitely
know.
see it on my face. But there's been some. It's like there's almost been some.
he takes that club,
Yeah.
drops it
Well,
in the
you
bag, and
can
goes,
see.
not hitting that one again tonight.
Yeah,
You can
it's
see
just
the
like-
baseball starting to come out in him. And it's just like, breathe.
That's funny. That's
But
funny.
I've been, like I said, I've been very, very proud of them. This has been a great group of guys to work with. I know Kevin and I both said we've been very fortunate, very blessed with this group. I'm excited for Tuesday. You know,
Yeah.
we'll check our boxes. We'll go through our prep this week and get ready, and then come Tuesday we'll tee it up and we'll figure it out.
Nice. All right, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Montgomery County Golf.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled. His part of the big lunch meeting and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
Helping folks see clear behind the wheel. When our hometown heroes take the field and shine, they're out there cheering every single time. Proud sponsor, heart and soul combined. Montgomery County's got vision on the rise. Yeah.
Spring is here. Are you sure your roof is ready for the rain? Winter weather can leave behind hidden damage like loose shingles, cracked flashing, and clogged gutters, all of which can lead to costly leaks. At CRC Roofing and Renovations, we provide expert spring roof maintenance, leak prevention, and repairs to keep your home safe and dry. Don't wait until water damage ruins your home. Call CRC Roofing and Renovations today at 859-327-3913 or visit our website to schedule your free spring roof inspection. Protect your home with Central Kentucky's trusted roofing experts.
Special thanks to Brent Wehunt, proud sponsor of our Menifee Athlete of the Month and scholarship programs.
When you can't fit the car in the garage anymore, or the guest bedroom is overrun with junk, it's time for a Rumpke open-top dumpster. Rumpke offers open-top dumpsters in a variety of sizes and are often delivered the next day. You fill the container with unwanted material on your schedule, and Rumpke takes care of the rest. Don't wait to reclaim your space. Contact the Waste and Recycling experts at Rumpke today. Rumpke, Waste and Recycling, done right.
All right, we are back here with Moco Boys Golf. Talking season, talking about wins, talking about regionals coming up. Speaking of wins, I mean, we talked about them winning the Invitational.
Yep.
But Cooper getting his first win. Was that your first win?
It was, yeah.
His first win on the individual side. So how cool was that? How close was it on the overall? Was his 69 that day the deciding factor in the team winning the whole thing?
Well, there was a lot there at the end. Because I'm watching 2 or 3 guys. That you got to understand, like our tournament, I've got 16 guys playing. I don't really keep track of I'm just trying to make sure the tournament runs smooth.
Yeah.
So it's not till about 4 or 5 holes to go I start doing some math in my head, and I'm talking to other coaches, and I'm starting to look around, and I'm like, we're pretty close. So I think I started having a few conversations with some of the guys, just kind of like, hey, let's let's lock down. Owen made a 5 or 6 footer on his last hole. And that was kind of after I walked up to him, kind of told him, like, look, buddy, like, I need a 2-putt here. Like, it's close. And he ran his first putt by about 5 feet, made it coming back. He had to make a tough little slider on the last hole. So I always try to tell my guys, like, every single stroke throughout the round, it all adds up at the end. So there's not one in particular. Now, down towards the end, you start feeling more pressure, but I think that's kind of one of our biggest messages throughout this season and getting ready for region is, like, from the first tee to the last putt on the 18th hole, it's like you got to give every single shot maximum effort, because they all do. Like, we beat GRC by 1 stroke. If Owen misses his putt on the last hole or he misses his putt on the last hole, we tie. But and it goes both ways,
right?
So, but and I will repeat that we beat GRC by 1 in our turn.
You beat them twice this year.
I don't think, did we? It was good. They're a good team, man. They're a great young team. They've got a great program.
Now they in the region, or
they are not in our region. They're in the Lexington region.
Gotcha.
But I give a lot of credit to the guys over there. They've done a good job building their program. But I think for us, with where we were 3 years to go, this season, I think it's kind of a big feather in our cap as far as building our confidence to start beating teams like that.
I was thinking about this question, and Ryan McCoy actually chimed in. When was the last time that we won our own tournament?
I would think you would have to go back to when Kevin Lawson was coaching, when you kind of had Fuller and Logan and Chandler McCoy, that group.
Okay.
I would think, but I know back then when they were playing, they also
Ryan,
had teams coming in.
Did Chandler and that group win? You would know.
I know back when they were playing.
I couldn't find it. I looked for last week's notes.
You had the Louisville schools coming in back then, so I know the field was a little bit different. So, but it's a good question. I know it's been a little bit. It's our since
and
I've
then
been
probably
coaching,
on the individual side even as long too. I'd say right.
Right, I would say so.
So is the invitation always the last regular season tournament for us?
It is. I've looked at moving it, but just with coaches are very finicky with their schedule. They it's set summer after summer, but it actually works out pretty good for us. It's on a Saturday. It gives us time to kind of prep all week. It's kind of a down after a long summer. It gives us kind of a breather, heading into our last tournament. So
it was a little rainy that day too. Cooper, was it actually raining on the video when you hit the putt?
It was, yeah.
I thought it was. So, what's it like playing in the rain, trying to do something like that too?
I mean, I enjoy it. Like I always say it's one of my favorite times to play, and that's just because I enjoy playing in the rain. Nobody else does. So it kind of gives me a heads up, advantage against everybody else. So going into it, it's like I enjoy it, but it definitely makes the conditions a little harder, makes everything a little softer, doesn't roll as far, and gives you longer into the holes.
I think it started raining probably about 30 minutes after tee off, and it was just a long, slow drizzle, and it was cold that day too. I don't know. It had to be in the upper 50s, lower 60s.
Y'all were in your rain gear that day, long sleeves. It was kind of like, what in the world's going on?
I think the biggest thing what we do as coaches that day is you just tell your guys everybody's got to play the same course under the same conditions. The guys who can handle it and work through the adversity are the guys that end up on top. And I think that's to win a tournament is great. I think to win our home tournament is even better. To win it on that day when it was probably that's by far the best field we've had since I've been here, and then to do it under those conditions, I think it was. I know he was walking on water. I was walking on clouds.
So you scored a 69, right?
70.
70. I swore I thought I saw 69.
Because at that same time.
So what's par here? 72.
Well, 71. We played it as 71, but it's now 72. But because on top of that, as we're finishing up our round, in getting our win. On that same day, we've got 12 of our middle schoolers teeing off over at WCC playing in their middle school regional. So I thought it was, for me, it was very symbolic of kind of where our program, how much it's grown, and kind of our eyes towards the future. It's pretty exciting for me.
So you guys have played quite a few region teams in all the tournaments this year, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you all have played against Fleming County quite a few times. I mean, you've seen pretty much the whole field that will be there on Tuesday at one point or another this year. So how do you all feel? I know you all feel pretty good coming off the MCIT, but how do you all feel just seeing some of the other region teams going into Tuesday?
Well,
going into next Tuesday.
Well, we had a 12th region preview, and I feel like we kind of showed them we're here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Going into it, losing Brett, I think I think they were kind of not expecting it, but I really think that the team put it all together and won finally. So I'm really excited about it, and I think we have a chance.
I would agree. I think everybody matches up perfectly. I think it's going to be a really fun day.
Yeah.
With Mason, Fleming, and Rowling, and I think it should be a really fun day.
Russell Independence is another team. They're a young, up-and-coming team. They're going to be good for the next 2 years. Coach Yates, he's done a good job with them. But, Mason's got their 5 seniors. They're on their hosting. They're on their home course. They've had a great season. Rowland's the defending champion. They got, probably one of the best players in the region in Will Jones. It'll be a fun day. We'll all be paired together. Like I said, we got the next 3 or 4 days to kind of work and kind of sharpen our skills a little bit. Then we'll go play Sunday. Monday, kind of have a final light walkthrough, little prep, and then come Tuesday, man, you just tee it up and you see what happens.
How many teams advance to state?
Top 2 teams out of region advance, and then the top 10 individuals not on those teams move to the next round. So there will be a good team that has to go home. But that's with any tough region. I mean, you look at Region 9 in Lexington, the Lexington schools, the Region 6, the Louisville schools. That's to me as a coach, that's what I want. I want to be in a region that it's tough, it's competitive, because I think that makes everybody better. Mm-hmm. And we've got a lot of really good coaches, and I think they're all doing a good job. They're bringing talent in, they're developing talent. So I expect our region to continue to improve year over year as we move forward.
So not to look forward, but if you were to make it, win or second place, you all would play at Winchester in the first round of the state.
Correct.
And that's in your all's draw. This region's draw is pretty good when it comes to first round, because then you're playing against Casey County, Johnson Central. I don't know if Pulaski County's in that or not, but
they are. They're in first place.
County,
yeah, you get regions 9 through 12. So you do pick up the Lexington region, which brings in your Madison Central. They're 2-time or 3-time defending state champion.
Pick up the Lexington in the first round.
But the thing about it is only 2 come out of there.
Yeah.
So top 3 teams advance out of semi-states, and it's at WCC. That's a course we know well. It sets up for us, and like I said, with our team and with our talent, I feel confident that on any given day, if we just need 4 guys to show up and give me their bid. And if we can do that, then we can make it to Bowling Green.
That's the one over off of Boonesboro, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it there every year?
Well,
not off Boonesboro.
Not. This year it was originally scheduled for Juniper Hills. Juniper Hills declined it at some point during the summer, and WCC took it back over.
Well, I know between the boys and the girls, it seems like it has been there just about every year for the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, last year it went girls-wise. It wasn't at WCC. They went to.
We went to Eagles Nest last year.
Yeah,
the first round. WCC first year, the Eagles Nest, and then it's back to WCC.
Right. So, you all have played Laurel Oaks. What are you looking forward to? What are you not looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to playing great golf. I really like that golf course for some reason. I'm not really sure what it is. I guess it just fits my eye.
Yeah.
I really don't hit it as far as this guy, and out there it's like hitting on this, like out there on the road. So I mean, I hit one that carries 260. It's going to go 320. I guess that just gives me a confidence booster. But I like Laurel Oaks,
especially with the way it's been right now.
Oh,
it's definitely
it's
going to be playing
out
like
there.
concrete.
Yeah, it's like playing out literally on Maysville.
Well, and there's a lot to be said about courses where guys it suits them. When
Yep.
you're on the tee box, your eyes, it suits your eyes. It makes you feel more confident. I think there's a lot to that. Certain courses just don't. But I think Laurel Oaks, and I'll let Cooper kind of chime in. It suits our eye.
I mean, I think Laurel Oaks is one of those courses. Like, I hit it a lot further than a lot of the people on our team. But it's one of those courses that, like, you don't have to hit it far. You like, if you hit the fairways and the greens, then you're gonna be able to score.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really not hard to do that there. I mean, they have bigger greens. The fairways are kind of open, so you can kind of just swing freely, and there's really no there's no trouble in play on a lot of the holes. So, like, going into it, I think it just kind of fits our eye. As in, like, we like swinging away and having, like, we like being free and, like, not having anything to worry about going into it.
So, not to give out too much information, but, it's with this type of weather condition, with the way you all play it, I mean, is it something where you might dial it back on the tee and not go driver on it and, you're make sure you're in the fairway?
Yeah, I don't know about this guy, but I will play it conservative on a couple holes out there. I mean, if I hit a 4-iron out there, half the holes I'm going to have under 150 yards in. That's fine with me. I don't mind to have 150 in over 130. That's no difference to me. I mean, I'm going to guess he's going to think different. But
I mean,
sounds like I need to play. I could probably drive those holes.
I'm going to say a little bit different here. I'd rather be putting than having a wedge in my hands. That's just me. And there's a lot of holes that
Amen to that. I'm the same way.
I can get it real close out there. So, I mean, having a putter or a wedge in over an iron, I definitely prefer that. So I'm going to go the opposite of Owen. I'm going to say I'm going to swing away.
So, but as long as you're comfortable, kind of like you were talking about, Coach, it's just as long as you're out there, you're hitting your fairways the way you want to hit them, and good things can happen.
I've probably said it 100 times to each of them this year. If we're on a tee box and we're working through our yardages and working through our shots, they'll ask me, what do you think I should hit? And it's, what do you feel like you can stand over and feel the most confident in? I don't care if it's a driver or a 5-iron, or if it's an 8-iron. You need to figure out, how best do I play this hole my way, And that's, if you can do that through 18 holes, every single shot, and you play to your strengths, that's probably what I think I've seen the biggest growth with these guys this year. Is that you can tell they're trusting their process. They're working their pre-shot routine. They're thinking their way around the golf course instead of just trying to hit a golf ball. They're playing golf.
You sound a lot like my granddad. He's the one that taught me how to play, and I'd get up there with my big old jumbo driver. I'd knock the crap out of it. He'd get up there, he teed it off with his 3-wood every hole. Hit his 3-wood, but his second shot was just as far as his tee shot. My second shot maybe went 10 feet. Yeah, I drove it 300 yards. After 2-3 strokes, I'm only 350 down. He's already sitting on the green.
So I did get an update in a text message here. Regions and MCIT were both won in 2020 when Chandler and Logan were sophomores. So
5 years.
Yeah.
Also, we have a note here that says, Hoot Holly says that Coach Michael and Lindsey Carrington couldn't beat nobody back in the day.
That's true. That's fact check me. I always get their ass if y'all ever get fact checked. I don't know. We got Hoot on here fact checking. That's good. That's good.
That's funny.
Every episode.
Oh yeah, I think people like to try to prove facts in our Facebook chat. That's fine though. That's what we like. I mean, we like that kind of stuff. And I mean, there's no lie about this, and people most don't know. Until we started doing the coaches show in 23, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't go to any of these sporting events.
That's why he brought me.
So I didn't do any of that stuff. So I'm just now meeting people, hearing people. I have no idea who this Hoot guy is you're talking about. Literally have no idea who that is.
Brian.
Oh, Brian
Holly.
Okay, gotcha. I know who Brian Holly is. I don't know him by that name though. So that's
you
funny.
do now.
I do now.
So next time you see
next time I see him at Lulu's getting a sausage biscuit, I'm gonna be like, "What's up, Hoot?" So, last week we asked the question about the bag. What's in the bag? You know, are you still using mom and dad's clubs from 20 years ago?
No.
His mom and dad went like, okay, he's getting better, so we're gonna have to drop some.
Nope. That was kind of one of the rules going into it. They kind of like paid for me to play baseball, so it was kind of my turn.
Okay.
So right now I have a QI10 driver, 5-wood, Sim 2 3-wood, Apex irons, and then I have the Vokey SM8 wedges, and then I have Mizuno M-Craft OMI 2 putter.
God, that's pretty good.
I mean, just spit that off like it's.
I was going to say,
I wish I knew what he was talking about because I heard Mizuno. That's the only thing I recognized out of all of that.
You know what I heard? I heard a loyal listener of the show that heard that question last week.
He came in
said,
prepared.
I better write down what's in my bag.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many people ask me that. It's just kind of one of those things. It's like, just like I can go through the shafts and everything.
And I mean, it's a mixed bag. So, you know, it's just clubs you've picked out that you're comfortable with. Because there's a lot of people that'll be like, I'm only playing Callaway. I'm only playing Titleist. I'm only playing the brand. And you've got 4 different brands in there. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's just you've done your research. You've gone in, you've hit, and you're like, okay, I really like this. That's going in the bag. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, going into it, I had hit TaylorMade the woods before. I knew I liked those, so I started out with the Sim, and then once I grew out of it kind of went to the QI10. Really like it. I like it more than the 35, so I just stuck with it. And then the irons, they just kind of, I got lucky with those. Really like those. Those are probably my favorite irons I've ever hit. In the wedges, they just kind of, it was one of those things like I hit other people, and I was like, yeah, I like those. And as I got more comfortable with them, I was just.
And still having that Sim in your bag, I mean, where they've upgraded a lot since then, but it's just comfortability.
It's that club. Like if I have to hit a fairway, that's the club I'm pulling out.
Nice. All right, Owen.
I got a Callaway I smoke driver. I got a 3-wood that's probably 8 years old. Brett gave it to me. I love it most of the time.
Yeah.
And I got an AI smoke hybrid, and then all Mizuno irons. I think those are the best irons ever made. I'll never switch over to anything. I got I was in 6th grade, and I never hit anything like it. And I got a 58 that I probably had for 6 years now. I'll never get rid of it. I don't care if their grooves are gone. I love it so much.
It looks older than I do. I swear. It is. It's the old trusty.
You look at the wear mark, you go, yeah, you look at the wear mark and you think that club's older than he is.
And then I bought a new putter this year. I got a Scotty Cameron Phantom. I think it's helped me out a lot. I think that was pretty much my game changer, to be completely honest.
Nice.
But I'm kind of all Mizuno. If I could really, cause I got Mizuno wedges too, besides that 58.
I mean, Mizuno, you kind of got in the game. I mean, it's been in the game for a while, but it's like you're hitting what? Isn't Mizuno what? Isn't that what ball gloves are made out of? And
they make some of the best irons in the
baseball
business,
bats
sure.
and
gloves. Right.
Yeah, Mizuno's always done a phenomenal job with irons. So yeah, I would agree with Owen. They do a good job.
Well, I mean, they make the aluminum bats, so they're good with metal. So it makes sense that they would be good on the irons too. So there you go.
Ryan McCoy said, "I hit Northwesterns from collegiate sports. Those boys are old. Let me tell you." So, all right. So, you told us before we got on the show that this last week, maybe y'all kind of did a little bit of a Ryder Cup situation between the guys, a little bit of a competitive between each other.
We did. We started this last season. It's kind of a way at the end of the season. It's called the Moco Cup.
Uh-huh.
So it's basically a copy of the Ryder Cup where we split the team up into 2 teams. There's 2 team captains. It's a 3-day event. You know, first 2 days are a 2-man team. We do a low ball and a scramble format. Final day is all heads up singles competition. It's probably the funnest week of the season for me, honestly. It's because you get a lot of guys that don't get a chance to compete in tournaments, to get put in high pressure situations, and you get to kind of see them make putts, and you get to see that look on their face, and it's magical for me.
Was this your 2 captains?
These were the 2 captains. And I try to tell them, like, it's, you know, the Moco Cup, it's crazy how competitive It is. I think when we came out that Tuesday, I was joking around, but not really. Like the guys, I think prepped and hit more range balls before that round on Tuesday than they have any tournament the entire season.
Hey, this is bragging rights.
Oh, they're chatting and jawing. Like it gets uncomfortable sometimes. As a coach, you kind of got to step back. Well, I guess I'm just gonna let it play out for a little bit. I mean, I hope nobody punches anybody. But it is. It's super competitive, but it's also what I told him. I said it's kind of a week to kind of take a breath and just celebrate the season, the hard work that you all put in. You know, not just for the past month, but some of these guys have been working in the weight room or at the CM since January.
Right.
So it's to me that's kind of what it's for. It's just you get the team together one last time. It gives the seniors who aren't playing on the postseason one final opportunity to carry the bag, to compete. And like I said, it's for me. It's
Cooper's got an awful big grin on his
All right,
face.
so
down here.
who's on each team? Cooper, who'd you have?
It was me, Connor Cooper, and then after, gosh, I never forgot. Oh, me,
Chase.
Connor Cooper, Chase Curtis, Braylon Lambert, Ben Davidson, Liam Bourne,
Triton
Ambergy, Will Steger. I think that was all of them. Wasn't it?
Yeah, each of you had 7.
I had Brooks Bonfield, Price Campbell, Matt Lukey, Loxley Strode, and
Carter.
Aaron and Carter.
Yeah, Aaron Nash and Carter Kaufman.
Got you. So
you gonna ask him?
So how'd it go?
The first 2 days, we got the better of them. We laid it on them the first 2 days, and then
So first 2 days, score was what? Do you remember?
4 matches each day, so you can get up to 4 points the first day, 4 points the second day.
Right.
And then we ended up the first 2 days it was 6.5 to 1.5 going into the last day.
Okay.
And then they kind of gave it back to us the last day. It got a little uncomfortable there at the end.
they had to win 7 out of the 8 matches, but through 9 holes, Team Letcher was leading in 5. So there was a time, a window, and as a coach, like that's what I want. Like I want it to come down and just be a lot of pressure,
right,
especially on those back groups, because they had it kind of front loaded, where like the top 4 guys were all out front. So your back 4 teams were kind of your back guys on the roster who didn't have as much experience with pressure. So like I'm just sitting there like, man, I hope this gets tight. I want to see those guys have to make putts because it's fun for me. But like I said, and I told Team Letcher before the tournament, like, is it a long shot y'all going to come back? Yeah. But, man, as a coach, it's not always about the wins and the losses. Just go out and just play for fun, play loose, and play hard. And, you never know. But it was. I mean, at the end of the day, Owen was the winning captain last season. They made a great comeback to win. This season, he gets to hand the trophy, to Cooper for winning. And to me, this is kind of something that'll be an annual event as long as I'm here. And each year, I hope it keeps getting bigger and better. I mean, we had a lot of parents come out. So we had almost every cart rented out from Brad. So, I mean, we're all over the place. There's people moving all over the place. And when your match is done, players are coming, following each other.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's a good environment.
Sounds really fun.
It is.
Owen says, I'm not going to let that happen next year.
Owen's like, Cooper will be gone next year.
Cooper will be gone.
Cooper's gone. Yeah. I'm going to get that trophy back.
I got my money on Bruce.
So what did the final score wind up being?
10-6.
Okay.
So it was respectable. I was proud of Team Letcher for how they played on that last night. But it was a good time. And then we finished it. We have a team meal after. About at that point, I think everybody just kind of enjoying those last few seconds of the season, and I just get to sit back and and just kind of take it all in. And then that was yesterday, and then we roll in today, and we just kind of shift our focus towards region.
So did you say you got 16 golfers?
16 on varsity, and then we had 15 kids kind of on our middle school developmental type team.
So you had 21 kids out there.
31
kids. I can't do math. Math is hard.
It was a lot, but I thought the summer was very successful from my perspective.
That's an incredible amount compared to, and maybe I'm wrong, but compared to kind of before you got here. I mean, you're talking about 10, 12, 13, somewhere around in there. And
There's
you
a
got
lot
31
of interest.
kids.
Yeah, I get a lot of phone calls from parents asking my kid wants to play golf.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think golf has always been pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, in Mount Sterling, I think there was kind of a lull there for a few years, but I've always been a big believer. If you give kids opportunities and you tell them, like, look, this is a level playing field. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your last name is. If you can come out and shoot a score, you can play. I think it empowers them to want to work hard or something. And I think that'll be a big message that Cooper Campbell sends the kids coming up below him. Is like, look, 2 seasons ago when I get here, at the end of that first season, he was either number 16 or 17 out of 17 players. He was the last man on the totem pole. He couldn't break 95, but he just went to work.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of last season, he kept knocking on the door, couldn't make it inside the top 5. You know, and there were some heartbreaking misses for him last season. But he faced the adversity. He told me after the season, he said, "Coach, I'm making top 5 next season." And what did he do? He just went to work. And, you know, and I think, you know, to see him come out this season, secure his spot inside, not just secure his spot inside the top 5, but to have the amount of success that he's had, there's no shortcuts to it. And I think other kids need to see that. If you're willing to put in the work, the reward's there, you know, at the end of the journey.
Yep, absolutely. I got one more question for you before we wrap up, but let's take our last commercial break. We'll come back and wrap up with Moco Golf, and then we'll hand out some awards.
I still can't believe she's gone. I don't know how we're going to plan all of this.
I know. I felt the same way when your granddad passed. The Kaufman Funeral Home really helped us get through it.
Were they compassionate?
More than that, they took care of us. They made us feel like family. They handled the entire situation from beginning to end.
At Kaufman Funeral Home and Crematorium in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, we're honored to walk beside your family with dignity and compassion every step of the way.
That's exactly what we need right now.
Kaufman Funeral Home, where we believe every life is a beautiful story that deserves to be honored with love, dignity, and heartfelt celebration.
If you're driving by and see that light, stop on in, get your colors right. It's more than gear, it's your story design. At Incoviv Designs, every thread's a sign.
Got a dent or scratch, no need to despair. Jacob's Auto Body, we're beyond compare. Custom paint, so sleek, insurance on our side. 70 years of trust, we're your hometown pride. Jacob's Auto Body will make it like new. 859-274-7425 is the clue. Jacob's Auto Body, run the show.
What's that?
The Field of Faith.
Oh, yeah.
We're back. All right, we're back. I'll lead in because Sean's doing something with his phone. Never fails. I will say, John Duggins is on here on our comments, and I think he's wanting us to put a little reminder out there, and we will absolutely do it. There is going to be a Field of Faith that's less than 1 month away. And they're all going to gather on the 50-yard line. Oh, hold on. There's a lot more to this. At the Cunningham Field, student-led worship.
It's FCA.
Through the FCA. So that is Saturday, October the 11th. Gates open at 6. The event starts at 7 o'clock.
He didn't give me time.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't give us time. Yeah.
Do what?
He didn't give me time. I knew I was going to talk about it.
Sorry.
We are planning on streaming it on the Facebook page.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So
okay then.
Yeah. So
news to me too.
Daron and I are planning on being there to
You're welcome. That's It's what we're good at, John, right?
Yeah. So one last question. You talked about the middle school, the parents reaching out and stuff. Is there a youth program? Do y'all do any kind of camps or anything like that if kids do want to get involved with that?
Sean Tipton, he does a great. Him and Kevin Lawson, they do a great camp at our Shields each summer, and I would just as soon let them do that. They're phenomenal. I work a lot with Sean. Sean works a lot with our guys, so that's a lot of parents that reach out to me. I kind of steer them in that direction. This is kind of the second season where we've kind of started to incorporate or build a middle school program. As of now, it's not officially associated with McNabb. It's kind of something we kind of do separate. I think the first year, we had like 6 kids. And it's kind of, we're just kind of playing it by ear and just trying to get a feel for how best to do this.
Are there other middle school teams out there that middle school play against?
There are. So the deeper I dive into it, the more I find out there are a lot of middle school programs out there. I know Bryson Bennett over at Mason County is looking at starting one. Coach Fletcher over at Fleming County is thinking about starting one. Russell's got one. A lot of the Lexington schools have them, the Louisville schools have them. It's the same way as having junior sports, or in other sports. You're just trying to build a pipeline, getting kids involved. But my biggest thing was just trying to get kids playing. I want them around me. I want them around our coaches. I want them around our players. I want to get them exposed to how we practice, how we work out. That way, when kids are ready to kind of take that step up into varsity, they're kind of acclimated and they kind of know what to expect. But
I mean, that's what builds your program for the next 10 to 15 years.
And I think each year it will get better and better. I know, like this season, they play our middle school. The first season, it was just kind of, let's just get them out and practice and stuff like that. This season, they played in 2 tournaments. RDC over, in Clark County, I went to school with their coach. We've already talked about setting up matches for next summer. I've got LCA's coach has reached out about wanting to do matches. So I think the middle school program will grow each year. And we'll try to give as many opportunities as we can, as many kids as possible. It's a lot. 31 kids with 2 coaches. Well, let me repeat. Like Kevin Letcher helps me with varsity. He's also tried to handle multi-duties with middle school. But Kent Evans really pitched in a lot and helped with middle school, and then Brett Markham helped a lot with the middle school. So this season went great. Trying to manage 31 guys and make sure there's enough resources available to practice. It's a lot, but I think we'll see the benefit 3, 4.
Sounds like we might need another coach for middle school.
And shout out to Outer Shields, because 31 guys, 31 kids out there.
I can't thank them enough. I mean, they've from the grounds crew, the phenomenal job that they've done this summer to keep that place up and going in the shape that it's phenomenal. Because if you drive 50 miles in any direction, you're going to see a lot of golf courses that have not made it through this summer. And then Brad and Kelly, with the flexibility, and the leniency that they've given us, because that's a big. You think about you bringing 31 guys, that's a big group that takes up a lot of resources, and then you've got the girls team as well. So we are very fortunate to have that facility and to have that group. Without them, we can't do what we do.
I was out there Saturday, and I was like, these fairways look awfully brown. And then you look up, and all the greens are green as gourds. I mean, just as smooth and nice looking as everything.
Yeah, they allowed us to come in, and we just built 2 new bunkers back on the wedge game area. So, I mean, it's just little stuff. I think each year we kind of just keep putting things in place that'll help us in the long run.
One last question for Coop. Senior year, you're ready to wrap this thing up. What do you want to? 2 questions. What do you want to leave? As a legacy, as a captain, a leader of this team. What do you want to leave for future golfers? And what has this guy meant to you for the last 4 years?
I'll start with the first one.
Okay.
If there's one thing that I could leave behind for the kids below, younger than me, it's that hard work always pays off, and that hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. I know that's said a lot, but I mean it really comes out true every time, and I think that's kind of showed like Coach said. I mean, I was firing 95s, 100s, 2 years ago, and you look at me now, and you're like, how's that the same person? You know? And then going on to the second one, I mean, words can't explain how much Coach means to me. I mean, the things that he's done for me, and as much time as we've spent together, I mean, there's just there's really not words to describe how much he means to me. Like,
was there a tipping point that he said something that made you kind of go, okay, and then and you started seeing a different result?
I think it was one of those things that was like, of course, playing baseball, I was stubborn as a rock. I mean,
Amen.
There's no doubt about it. I was stubborn as a rock going into it. Like, for a year and a half probably. It was all about swinging hard. If I was playing with somebody, like that was my goal, was to go out there and hit it past them. It didn't matter where it went. And then eventually he wore me down, and I was like, man, if I go out and I hit fairways, I can, I'm pretty good. I can play this sport.
Gotcha.
I don't remember the first time he hit something other than driver off the tee box, but I think when he did, the heavens parted. But I think that the last comment he made was important because, you keep working with the kid, but I think at some point there needs to be a result, a success that they have that kind of, and then it clicks, and then they start to see, it's that difference between anybody can hit a golf ball, but can you teach them how to play golf? Yeah. It's two different things, and when they can start to get some success and get some momentum, then it just snowballs.
I'll tell you where that was, because you're talking about that that one point. That was
glory.
Yeah. All right. So they went to Persimmons Ridge last year, and they went overnight trip. And while they were down there, me and then Sawyer Cord and Ben Davidson were all playing a challenge match to go to Winchester Country Club. Going into it, I was like, man, they're gonna beat me. They're gonna beat me. And in the first 3 holes, I was 2 under. I was like, oh wow, this is new. and then I started focusing on what coach had taught me, hit the fairways, hit the greens. Don't worry about trying to don't worry about hitting it far or all the extra stuff. Just play golf. And I ended up I won, and I was like, wow, that's fun.
Yeah, yeah. Owen, what's it been like having Pops around this year?
He knows a lot about golf.
You play with him a lot, I'm sure. But
I know sometimes he might think that I don't listen to him or all that, but he knows a lot more about golf than I do. And he's been with me.
He's still out there on the course going, if you would do this, and you're like, oh, you know what? That might be right.
Yeah, he's been with me my whole life. So it's been pretty amazing having him out there this year. It's helped out a lot for everybody.
Yeah, he's been amazing. He's been an amazing addition.
Yeah,
nice,
he really has.
Nice. Well, guys, listen. Good luck this Tuesday. Not this Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Good luck. Keep us updated. Hopefully we can find it somewhere.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, good. So we will.
And it'll have spaces because he's going to be nervous, and you'll be like, I think.
But yeah, good luck this Tuesday, and hopefully we can bring home a win, and keep going through state.
We appreciate the opportunity to come on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got some.
Yeah, we got some stuff to hand out. So we always start this closing segment off with our Simply Secured Athlete of the Week from the previous week.
What a week it has been.
Right? And it just so happens this is the second time this season that we've been able to award our Simply Secured Athlete of the Week on the show that they're on. So congratulations to Cooper Campbell for winning that. Winning the Invitational. Last week we got to show the putt there that sealed the victory. So, congratulations there for that. We've already got your shirt printed off. So we'll be able to give you your package while you're here tonight. So,
or just throw it at him. Airmail.
4 left.
Yeah.
Hold that thing up. Let's see what that thing looks like.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. We hot off the press.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, hold on. Let's get the. Hold on.
Wrong
get
camera.
The split screen. And There it is.
Sweet.
Our athlete
There we
we
go.
designed for this
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And big shout out to Justin and the guys over at Simply Secured for helping us on that.
So are we going, is this the cutoff line for the?
Right here.
Well, it has been so close that we let it go. It normally stops a little early, but it's also normally a blowout.
Listen, the only reason we let it go, it's either in doubt, or we can tell when they either know or no. It's being pushed and been pushed and been pushed, and
so we let the parents do their work this week. So
and they've been doing it up until the last few minutes.
Okay, so who wound up winning our Mays Law Office People's Champ Award?
Well, from what I'm looking at, there it is.
288 to 287.
Wow.
That's close.
Maybe that is the closest race we've ever had.
Yeah.
And
that's the third time this year that it's been the same.
Yep.
By the way, shout out to that. That's a new graphic, Daron. You haven't.
He's been working on that for the last hour.
Yeah. No, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Our Rumpke's Dog of the Week. I never did. Who did?
Oh,
our Rumpke Dog of the Week.
Our what? Dog. I was going to say you said it wrong.
Is one that came from Wes and I, and he came in due to an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Did not start the game against GRC, but he sure finished it. And so the Rumpke Dog of the Week is Carter Poe.
He had to come in because
Carter Poe,
because Vice. What's his first? What's Kalen Vice went down early in the match with an ankle injury and did not come back.
5 minutes.
And Carter Poe had to come in, and I'm telling you what, we said his name, no lie, 10, 12 times.
Yeah.
And he was all over, pushing the ball up that they really needed. He got back on defense.
Oh, there you go.
He made a big difference in that game.
Well, congratulations to Carter on being this week's Rumpke
Dog of the Week. I just realized that they didn't hear me say it the last 3 times because my mic's been muted.
Oh, shoot. That's funny. And then before we get to our Simply Secure Athlete of the Week nominees for this week, we've got EJ's Appliances Cool Play of the Week. And we got Wes and Daron on the call for this.
And that one ain't quite got the distance, but here he goes, and it's a little wide left.
That's not the cool play of the week.
Oh, but it is.
No, but he does appliances, so he's got to keep things hot too.
Do you want the real cool play of the week?
Yes.
Is also off the soccer field.
Gets right if it does stay tied. There's a nice ball there. Oh,
Chandler.
Oh my gosh, he lifted it right up over top of him. What a goal.
GRC.
It was an amazing goal.
It was a beautiful goal. The keeper, you can't really tell it on our screens because they ain't big enough. The keeper left just enough room for that ball to go between his hands and the bar, and that ball slipped right in there.
Can you hit the button again? Just play again.
Yeah, and shout out to
if it does stay
EJ.
tied.
He actually,
There's a nice ball there.
He actually designed the little stuff there for us to put the video in.
I mean, Chandler probably thought, I'm going to
Gets
cross
right
this
if it
ball
does stay
with the angle
tied.
that he had.
There's a nice ball there. Oh, and he's in. Oh my gosh, he lifted it right up over top of him.
Sure enough, he floated it.
What a goal.
The difference in the keeper's hand and the ball, it just disappeared.
He definitely floated it in there. So
it was awesome.
That was definitely a
winning
cool play.
Cool play. EJ Appliance Repair, 859-251-3571. Calling for any of your appliance repair needs.
Absolutely. All right. So this week, our Simply Secured Athlete of the Week nominees from Montgomery County on the Bass Field. We've got
Bass Field?
Bass Field.
Yeah.
The Bass Field.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had those.
We got Triton Ambergy and Bryson Beasley, who won the Moco Invitational. From Clark County on the football field, Trey Davis with 3 total touchdowns in the game. Menifee County on the soccer, Harvey Plowman with 10 saves. And then from Bath County, also on the Bass Field, Brady Wells and Zeke Brock. They finished first in their opening tournament on K-Run. Yes, 2 wins, 2 different events. Yep. There's so many different fishing events. They were both on the same lake, and they both won, and they were both different tournaments.
See, this is what we get when we get it to him in time.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. Look at him with all of his little fancy graphics
before
yeah.
we start.
So that'll drop Wednesday morning, and then you'll
share.
Yeah, start driving on that. We need a buzzer beater like we did like we got this week. That's fun. It's always fun seeing it push back and forth. So.
And we've always still got the Drive for 5 going on.
Yep.
We are at currently 4,730.
4,730 followers on the show.
That's right. So keep it up. We're almost there. We're almost about 250 away. And 270 away. We want to get there by December, and I think the way things are going, we'll easily get past that 5,000.
We should. And then
270 followers away from seeing Adam Muncy shave his beard.
Was that the deal?
That's what the deal was. That's what I was told.
As short as mine? Just goatee?
No. As short as Sean's.
We don't want to see that.
No, I don't know.
I don't think anybody wants to see Adam Muncy's face without a beard.
His chin might be way out here. Jay Leno chin.
Also on X, if you're not following us on X, we're at 694 followers on X. We're trying to push that up, trying to get our kids on that. That gives us an opportunity to be able to promote the kids easier because that's where those kids are at there. So make sure you follow us on X. Next week, we stay in Montgomery County with boys basketball coach Jason Mays. He's going to be coming on talking about the preview to the season. He's got a couple of new coaches he might be bringing with him. And then he's got a new program out there that we're going to talk about and promote that he's teaching and reaching out to other coaches and stuff. I've been following along. It sounds like some really cool stuff. Excited to talk to him about that as well next week.
Information.
Yep, all that good stuff. Yep.
Sean, did you just say basketball season?
Yep.
It won't be long.
Didn't we just start football season?
Yeah, right. We're already in week 4 of football.
Yep.
So, well, Coach, guys, thank you all so much for coming on, spending your Monday night with us. Good luck in the regions. We'll be following along, rooting for you guys, and hopefully you guys get to
if you can't
win
find
that
it,
and
we'll
advance.
Keep it updated on our Facebook
thanks for
page.
having us. Road Tribe.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, all right, guys, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the From Corner to Corner Coaches Corner. Be sure to help us spread the word about our podcast and our athletes of the week and month. We love to shine a light on all of them. At the end of the day, it's all about our communities, our teams, our coaches, and our players.
Community.
And our communities.
They all deserve it. We'll catch you guys next week. And again, a big shout out to Community Trust Bank for sponsoring the show. We'll see you guys next week.
Go Indians.
The From Corner to Corner podcast wants to send a huge thank you to all our amazing sponsors who help keep this show rolling each week. Your support lets us keep covering local sports, sharing stories, and building community together. We truly couldn't do it without you. Thank you for believing in us, and let's keep making an impact together.
The Moco Four Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.